guys, welcome back to Case Corner. I am back over in Watcher Realms at the moment, and I'm going to do some battling in the arena for a minute. Don't know how long. To see how many people in my range are on this selection screen. And actually, I have apparently left my drink in another room. So I'll be right back while this plays out. Unfortunately, it means I'll miss some of this exciting battle right here. They're using Scorch. That's strange. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I had left my drink in the room where the D&D folks were playing and had to go retrieve it to the heckling of the D&D players. Let's see here. I thought I was ready, right? Okay, let's see. I've got to get onto the chat window again because I have failed utterly to do this properly. Maybe momentarily I'll be where I need to be. Let's see here. There we go. All right, all is well. All right, so I missed the fight, unfortunately. Looks like I won. That's cool. Stats, we've got Scorch didn't get much done there, I'm afraid. I wondered what we're doing with Scorch here. I wonder what happened. He obviously he died very quickly, but that seems exceedingly fast. Like zero damage. That seems a little low. And Edril did 132,641. So it just must have been a very, very quick one-shot type death for him. I don't know. All right. So we got 3 arena coins and 5,000 XP potions for that, which is going to come and play here in a little bit whenever I try to do something regarding getting some of the, I can't think what it's called, hero something, I think. I'll tell you in a minute once we get there. Okay, let's go back over here and go to events. Let's see, not hero at all. It's brave conquest. That's the word I'm going for. Looks like we need just a little bit more either gear raids or artifact material raids to be able to get this huge stamina potion here. So that's cool. Otherwise, Oracle's Trial, we have this, that's the one I was thinking of, hero training. Alright, so hero training is when you level up, star up, promote, or upgrade heroes' skills. So that's the one I was thinking of. And so we'll need some XP potions and things of that nature to be able to do that. Okay, so we're doing alright in this. Might be able to eke out second place. Maybe not, who knows. Certainly not trying for first necessarily, but it would be nice to get up to that award right there, which was the reward, which is at 3,000 you can get a 5-star psychic power shard. I'm fairly far from 3,000. I'm 1,000 away, so we're 2/3 the way there. But it doesn't, it's not great. I actually have a bunch of stamina left over, it looks like. I've got some background fights that finished, giving me 3,900 coins, 4,620 XP potions, 2 of these mythic extracts, and 50 of the insignia of melee attacks of every kind. Sorry, I was hearing the maniacal laughter coming from the D&D room in there. But okay. Let's run some more of those artifact raids and get a little bit closer to where we want to be with that stuff. Auto fight in the background 5 times. I don't know if that's what I ought to do at the moment, but it occurs to me I had been in the middle of trying to do some promotions on some people, and I don't know Obviously not that one, but here's somewhere. There's somebody who could use some of these. You know what? I think it wasn't anyone super exciting, but I'm just basically trying to find someone to throw some promotions into. Looks like we could do Aries. Um, I would kind of, Apsan is here. I am not a fan of Apsan, and so I'd like to put him off for last. Basically, like I went ahead and got him up to where he is just because I had a lot of those insignias already built up to this level. But I don't necessarily want to invest a lot more in him. So if I get a couple more runs, 3 more runs on this insignia or promotion right here, um, then then I can get him promoted up another level. And it looks like it'll enhance his talent so that basic attack applies defense reduction, which is pretty cool. It might be something I would want to use for the like the guild rate. All right. In which case, I would want to run this 3 more times to get to that point. Maybe the answer here is, I guess maybe we're the other thing in the background. I'm not sure. Maybe not yet. So we need 51 stamina. Let's use one of these small stamina potions. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll do that 3 times. Minimize this. And alright. Check on Barut over here. Nothing spectacular with him right now. Over at events, however, on the Brave Conquest screen, we did get enough to get this huge stamina potion, which is nice. We still have 1,500 points to go before we can get this rare summoning crystal. And that would be cool to get. So I would like to get that and the hero training thing, this what I just talked about. I don't know if that's feasible with the amount of resources that I have, but maybe we could get there. All right, let's see here. We're gonna check on the arena. We've got 4 minutes before we can refresh over there. It looks like we've got. I have a bunch of summons, but I don't really want to use any in spite of there being like a spiritual altar or something going on.
Really close.
I guess we could use. No. I don't see any reason to. I don't think. I'm pretty far away from anything interesting there. I kind of discussed doing it earlier in the day, and I decided not to. Okay. Then in that case, I think I will go to the raids over here, and that's not where I want to go. I want to go to the war room. I was thinking raids. That's the wrong word. All right, war drift is what I'm looking for, and I haven't started it this week, so it looks like I can do the elite net. It says system notice. Are you sure you want to go with elite difficulty? You can still change the difficulty level at any time while exploring. So sure, let's hop into there and have a look at what it's like in elite. I have no idea. I haven't attempted it yet, but it should be. I don't know if it's the same zone, only harder. Maybe? I guess we'll find out. Look up some chests here and there. Sorry. The door to this room apparently got left open, and so I'm hearing all kinds of sounds from the D&Ders at the moment. But, in fact, I think I will get up and close that real quick. Just a second. All right. Um, I have returned. Okay, so we've got here a scorpion. Let's see what he says. Join us. Embrace your fate. And the guide says Queen Tarantula periodically casts falling stones on defenders, dealing massive damage to them and their adjacent allies. Look at this. We have 2 portals to defend. They've got 2 portals that'll be coming toward us. They've got Queen Tarantula, who is the boss creature here. Suicide bugs. Those will basically throw themselves at us and blow up. Skeletal giant shielders, those have heavy armor. And rippers also have heavy armor and are kind of, I think they do a lot of DPS. So, alright. All ground units, I believe. Alright, let's engage in battle here. So, it says on this that the suggested BP is 374,784, and that our current BP of the team I have right now is 520,477. So we're well above what its recommended is here. Looks like not everybody has gear on, so maybe that's something I want to fix. I don't know why I've chosen the people that I've chosen. This was maybe it's from the first time that I ran this. I'm really not sure how that works on this. But I'm thinking that since everybody has heavy armor on here, so it would make sense to have the mages. And I wonder if I would want to use Sulkadins for this. Could be fun. That's infernal. And that would improve Cetrum's his efficiency. That's not really the word that I'm going for. It would improve his damage regardless. So I'm thinking it might work to take out either Greed or Phelan, throw in Cetrum, maybe both. What if I took out both Greed and Phelan and stuck in Sulkadins as the Lord over here, followed by, I suppose, Anai? But then maybe not. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think, I like Nocturne better than I like Anai so far. But we'll do Anai. And then, I don't know if that's better or worse. Because actually, the boost to Idril's ultimate would be cool for the for killing the Queen Tarantula, or whatever her name is. But at the same time, by that same token, Cetrum will get a boost this way, and he's pretty solid too. And whether he can hit her in her location or not, it remains to be seen. I did this yesterday, I think, on the previous, on the normal mode. And it looks like it's the same thing. I just don't actually remember much about it. So let's give it a go, see what happens. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the best choice, maybe it won't. Alright, so it looks like they're coming from that area first. Put Arrogance out to start dealing with that. Now, if that's the Queen Tarantula over there, then that's not going to work out super well. But I can put Um, I can put each roll over here and face her this way. And then I guess I better put out Dao Chan before people start dying too badly. Um, we have okay, we have her there. She's not exactly at an ideal location. So I'm not sure where I want to put Setrum. I don't know that I like it there. I do have some folks heading this direction, and so maybe we throw Adrian here, and then don't know. Maybe I'll stick Solkadens over here. That's not a beautiful place, honestly, but that's all right. We'll stick him here anyway, and then those folks are about to start getting hit pretty hard, and I accidentally clicked the wrong one, so that's cool. It's not going especially well. Let's put Cetrum here to start beating these guys up, and hopefully that will prevent too much from going on there. All right. Let's put an eye over here. And I'm getting slaughtered up there. That's terrible. Good news is we can put his shield on. We've got Wrath we can stick over here. Behind him. Oh, gosh, this is terrible. I think... Okay. Not sure how that's going to go, so I'm actually just going to go with her next. Over here. And then may give that a minute before I do anything else beyond putting Dao Chan out to try to heal up some folks. Now, we have Arrogance back. So, we'll stick him back over here. We got Falling Stones incoming. And I'll go ahead and use that even though it's not going to work, for very long, as you can see. Because it seems like that's a good idea. Alright, so we've got Adrian being beaten up a good bit over here. And Ain can help assist with that. So we barely managed to make it through that. That was a miserable showing, but we did eke out the victory. Rough for sure. I'm gonna have to use my brain a little bit better in the future. All right, so we've got Adrian topping the damage with 4.18 million, followed by Arrogance. And part of that is because Adrian was able to stay alive a lot longer than Arrogance was. Setrum is next. Then, interestingly, a knife comes after that. Okay, so that was rough stuff there. Rough stuff. Alright, complete that. I wonder if all of them had gear on is another question, because I actually didn't pay much attention to that. Alright. We'll check again in a moment. For blood and fear, what I smell. Scythe of Doom will cast Falling Stones on defenders, dealing massive damage to them and their adjacent units. Yes, indeed. We noticed that. If we come over here, we see that we're going to be defending 2 portals against their 2 ground portals over there. Once again, they have Queen Tarantula, and then they also have Scythe of Doom, which is the one from whom the Falling Stones emanate, and then they have skeletal giant shielders, and that is a heavily armored guy. Okay, all melee units. Let's go to engage in battle. How you doing, Cody? Alright, so got that. Now, question is, should I trade out anybody? Perhaps. Perhaps I'll trade AIM for Nora in this and see how that goes. Alright, again, we have quite a bit more VP than is suggested for this, so hopefully I can manage it. We'll see. Alright. We've got the two little egg sacs over here. We've got her. Don't know which way we're going first, so let's stick arrogance up here. And then Adrian down here. And then I'd like to put Dachan where she can hit both of them. Now I don't know that she needs to be that close though. I think right here will do nicely. And then other people can get in that range. Get into a better range to be able to hit what they need to hit from the front, right? Makes sense. Maybe it makes sense. Then we can stick Angel back here because her main thing she's going to be doing is going to be trying to hit these guys that no one else can hit. So that's the goal of the moment. I'd like to put I'd like to put Solkadins maybe here. I don't know. Maybe here. Here would make more sense because of his range. And then we can stick a Nora in the front there, I think. Alright. I don't know that this will really do much. I don't know if he can hit out there or not. He can't. But certainly she can. And we can stick a Nora here. Her dragon will be out front. We've gotten Idril killed already. That was fast. And a Nora. Alright, cool. Alright, definitely want to try to get Idril back out so that she can deal with some of these falling stones that we've got. These very painful falling stones. I keep clicking those at entirely the wrong moments. And then I say I want to get Idril back out, and then she pops up, and I'm like, oh, blah, 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 you know. Actions speak louder than words and all that, right? I suppose I'll put Wrath out. Not necessarily because I need him, but because he will increase the attack speed of my other guys. So, seems like that makes sense to do. Now we have the guy here who has come to befriend us in the southern area here. Alright, so slowly but surely we're making our way through this. You'd think it would be less edge of the seat, but here we are. Alright, so Arrogance, top the damage, 6,202,000, followed by Idrin, 3,337,000, and then Solkadins, in spite of being not as beefed up as Idrin and Arrogance, he has actually almost done as much damage as Idrin did during that. That's interesting. Alright, so complete this. And let's see where we're at. We've got some random gear here. We got 5 flawless meteors, 5 meteorites rather, 5 diamond, 14 mithril, and 6,500 XP potions from that. We've got this Got this gold guy here. He says, "Are you also eager to seize my treasure?" Um, so the higher the deployed hero's DPS is, the more rewards you will earn. And okay, so looks like I have a strange assortment of folks here. I'm not sure what the thought process was there with all of this, but I think I'm going to switch out Leia for Sulkadins. And then what? These are the goblins. So could do Laurel perhaps. I'm sure I probably had him out just to give more attack speed for arrogance, probably, and that's not the worst thing to do. But I wonder if maybe one of those other guys might be better. It's hard to say, really. Baron may just get in the way if I put him out there. Maybe not. I can stick him in the back for anybody who gets through. We'll try that. Alright, so... and that seems reasonable, right? Alright. Let's go ahead and start this. Okay, now sticking arrogance here with Idrin in front of him has been fairly effective before. And then I think what I might do this time, a little bit different than before, is just stick Baron behind here. And then it's about Dao Chan in DPS mode. Then Central, perhaps. Seems reasonable. We've got Anora we can put up here. Sulkadins can go this direction. And then could put out some others. I think maybe I'll put Gluttony toward the back because he doesn't do as much damage, and essentially what we want to do with him is just add that speed boost to pretty much arrogance again. It's really not any other purpose than that. And because I find that sometimes the melee units can probably get in the way of the DPS from Idrin and arrogance. So I don't know if that's better or worse, but it's something anyway. Getting it done one way or another, right? Not exactly mowing through them, but it's working out okay. It's interesting that whenever you first load into one of these maps, it's always zoomed in a little bit. You have to zoom out in order to, I don't know, get the full picture without moving around and stuff. A good deal. Cody says that's what they're dying and that's what matters. Right, yeah. I mean, it's working. I don't know if it was the best arrangement, but yeah, effective. Effective is effective, right? So, looks like Arrogance did 19,914,000, Idrin 18,025,000, so just right on his tail. And then it drops down to a third of that, which is a Nora at 6,700,000. And then again, we have an almost halved down to Cetrum, and then halved again to Solcatins. It's kind of interesting how that works. Of course, Baron and Gluttony were behind the lines. Baron isn't a DPSer anyway. Gluttony is more so, but honestly, the fact of how far back he was, it's somewhat surprising that he ended up doing much at all. Xena and Wrath didn't even come out, so they didn't do anything. Alright, so that was the goblin fight, which is pretty straightforward. Let's grab this gold and diamonds. And then try to see what else we have over here. Oh yes, this is the palm tree area. But wait, there's Mithril over here. Right there we have a void chest, and how about this? We've got this lady here. Look at you, so fragile, so powerless, so inconsequential. Break the ancient god's messenger's shield to interrupt her seal stone's summoning. Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Now, is there anything I need to change, or can I just leave it alone? I think I'm gonna leave it alone for now, and maybe I'll want to change it in a minute. We'll see. Okay, failed to look at the map. We have somebody who wants to go around that way. Could we perhaps put Wrath there and stop that from happening? I don't know. Maybe Wrath is not the best choice there. Maybe Arrogance is the best choice there. Try it and see what happens. We have Dao Chan, who can go here. And then Idrin can come up over here. And I feel like this was kind of the way that I did it last night to an extent. I remember I did this on normal mode. I don't know if it was particularly effective because, well, let's see, if I went one more down, that might make the most sense. So I don't know if it was exactly what I should have done, but it's what I did. So I guess we'll find out how it works under these conditions. Certainly they're going to be doing some damage up there and slaughtering my guys that I put there. Too late on the release of Solkden's effect there. Now they're trying to do this seal stone summoning. I don't really know what that did last time because I don't think it went off last time. So unfortunately, I don't know what it does, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. I guess I could stick her out. Why not? Oops, that's not helpful at all. All right, now I think I will. I'll just stick out Anaya again. Maybe here. Let's try here. See what happens. Not much for long. Dead, that's what happens. Okay, how about Solkadins? Maybe he'll last a whole second. Who knows? Who knows? Not much longer than a second. And I think Wrath, or shall I do Baron? Let's do Baron next. She's almost there. Now we can hit her with Etran's attack. And then as soon as, well, okay, let's wait for, what's his name to die. And then we can put Wrath out behind him. Okay. Slowly but surely getting there. It won't matter. Well, I guess we may as well put him out. It doesn't really matter too much. I suppose at this point we may as well pick him up and yeah, doesn't really matter. It's too close to the end of the matter. Alright. Alright, now we've got a chest to pick up and some other goodies over here. Looks like we got 5 flawless meteorites, 5 diamonds, 14 mithril, and 6,500 XP potions for that. Now, what have we here? Who knows? Such pretentious courage. Your powers are nothing. Alright, applied to enemies. The damage of Scythe of Doom's Falling Stones increases by 20%. That's terrible. Queen Tarantula periodically casts Falling Stones on defenders, dealing massive damage to them and their adjacent units. That's a terrible thing. I also noticed that the recommended BP has shot up to 427,008. So, something to take note of. And also, let's go back, because this time I'm going to use the brain and look at the map. Okay, so that's this one here. Okay. It's gonna be a rough thing, I'm afraid. Okay. We have Queen Tarantula, Scythe of Doom, Skeletal Giant Shielder, and Ripple on this map. So, engaging battle with that in mind. Do I want to do anything different? I think that Enora is not going to live very long. And maybe I want to stick Xena out instead. I don't know. 20% increase in the falling stones. We've got increase in the BP. Well, let's try it. I don't know if that's going to be better or not, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Damage of Scythe of Doom's Falling Stones increases by 20%. Significant amount. Alright, so I think we'll start with putting Atro out on this side, which I don't know if that's, again, don't know if that's the best placement. It's what I'm gonna do. Stick Dao Chen next, followed by Arrogance. And Arrogance is gonna face up. Citrum, I'm gonna stick him on this side and face him up. She didn't last very long at all. We have Solkadens. I feel like he would be potentially okay here. Now, if Idril went down that fast, I'm pretty sure that the other one would have as well. I'm going to try sticking her here and then actually, I don't know if she'll hit that direction. I don't know that she'll hit the name. So we'll just stick her like this and then put Edrin behind there. See where we can shoot from here. Yes, he can in fact shoot that guy. That's good. Glad to see it. Um, Now I could put a night out. I kind of feel like I would rather put Wrath here, speeding up arrogance, and nothing doing there. We're at 9 of 16. I think I'll go ahead and put her back out. Edro. Cannot think of names, it seems. And I think that'll be a decent spot for her. And she can hit the boss over there, the Queen Tarantula. Assuming that that is something something she could stay alive for. Apparently not. So Solkadin's and Idril are both down. Let's go ahead and use his ultimate and his ultimate. And then throw you know what? I'll put Baron on this side. And again, that's going to increase all of the Nightmare Factions speed up to 35%, I think. I'm not sure how many of them I have out there. And I may not have enough for that. Maybe only 20. I didn't see what the number said. But for now, you can throw back out Frontier. Baron is currently getting hit, so I'll just stick a shield on him. And then patiently wait, because all we have left is the boss. And while I could replace somebody with Edril, instead, I'm just gonna let her come in us. Alright, so we got that one. 5 million DPS or 5 million damage actually. I'm used to saying DPS again because I'm familiar more with MMOs and normally it's actually about damage per second and not just about overall damage. And I think that DPS is also important in this game, but it's a little harder to judge what the DPS is because of the fact that they're coming out at different times, so they're not in the game as often, and they're dying and coming back and things like that. So it's a little harder to do that. But okay, so damage. Arrogance did top damage 5,217,000, followed by Cetrum, who did more than half this time of Arrogance's damage. Xena did pretty well as well, and then Edrin next. So it's interesting. Solpaden's is significantly lower, but still above Anai and Edril. Just something to make note of for later use. Okay, so here we have some items to pick up. We've got 5 flawless meteorites, 5 diamonds, 14 mithril, 1 void surprise chest, 80,000 gold, and 6,500 hero XP potions. And we can click on over here and go through this portal to who knows what awaits us in the next section. First and foremost, we have an unguarded chest hanging up. People just leaving their stuff around. And then we have Elite Phase 2 and 3 is what we're apparently doing. And they're calling it phases. These, I don't know, I feel like they're, I don't know, levels or something. But they say phase. Alright. Warning. Intruders detected. The Restorer can quickly restore Golem Construct's HP. Prioritize his elimination to mitigate his impact. I have vague memories of this. I seem to recall that they're horrible. These guys go around causing trouble, mayhem everywhere. Alright, so we have uncommon destroyers, but then this guy here, this crazy gnome fellow, is a restorer. And he's like the friendly gnome who lost his mind. And for some reason, he wants to awaken these golems to come kill us. But then we also have this bookkeeper. And the bookkeeper is rather terrible as well. I don't remember. I think that the bookkeeper does ranged damage, and he's pretty. I think he does maybe pretty decent ranged damage. And it's painful, as I recall. And I think the bookkeepers may come from the upper right, and they waltz down the middle, killing your DPS that you have carefully set out there. And then nobody ever comes around to kill Idrin over in the lower right-hand corner. And then, yeah, I think that's as I recall it, because they don't make it that far, but they just these bookkeepers come and just slaughter your fellas up here at the top. That's what I remember. I could be wrong. All right, back out of there and go to engage in battle. And I think, first of all, like, this is not who I want in my group, I think. Let me go back, actually, because I need to look at that again. Okay, so we have this guy. The restorer is light armor, the bookkeeper is light armor, and so we've got two guys who are heavy armor, two guys who are light armor. So having a good mix of marksmen and mages is important, and maybe either a couple of healers or some guys who heal themselves decently. And I think possibly putting Baron in front of Arrogance, and then I don't know, maybe Wrath in front of Idrin, maybe not. Could be one direction to go. I don't think that we need aim probably in there. Might do better with somebody else. Maybe we do Soul Contents again, but then I also kind of feel like we could use, you know what? Of course, the Leia chick. We can stick her in. She does a little bit of healing. She would do more if I had her leveled up, and she also buffs the Watchers, which is nice. So that's maybe that works. Maybe not. Might have to do that a little differently ultimately, but it seems like that's not the worst idea. We have Phelan down here, and I feel like she obviously would need some gear on if I'm going to take her in. I don't know if it's necessary to do that. Keep forgetting who all I have in the Nightmare faction, so let's check again. Okay, this is Infernal because I click buttons bad. How about Nightmare? Alright, for Nightmare, I don't think that I want any of them right now. Now greed does slow them down. Do I care? Not much. Not much, I don't think. Alright. So we can try this, and then if it doesn't work, I can always switch them up later. Let's go ahead and throw something on her. What's she wearing? Who knows? Throw the most suitable gear, and then check the artifacts. And I'll do the quick clip. This is a terrible one. Not putting that on. Okay. So then, what might Phelan want to use? Probably not really going to have anything that I'm exceedingly happy about. Increases the chance of triggering an additional basic attack by 0.2% for every 1% increase in rage. That's not especially wonderful. Things for when shielded. Restores 5% rage for every 5 attacks. Could do. 3% rage when killing the target. Yeah, she's not exactly the heavy on that. When deployed, increases attack by 12%. When there are no adjacent allies, gains an extra attack speed. Increase of 20. That actually could be okay here. Because there are some spots that are kind of feel like they're kind of out on their own. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe let's go have another look. Well, all right, let's not. We'll just go in and try it out and see what happens. How about that? Looks like they think we need 437,760 BP. We currently have 548,095 BP. Will that be sufficient? Yeah, hopefully. One would hope. One would be uncertain, however. Alright, now, we don't have a whole lot of places to put people right here. Now, if I want to put Baron in front of him, then I'm going to have to obviously put him in that spot. Yes, I forgot there are all these other places that one can put different people, but I'm just going to try this for now. So him with Baron here. There's only one spot that Phelan could go that would be away from everyone else. Okay. These guys have heavy armor that I'm currently facing, so maybe they're not the ones I want to hit. Plus, I may want to put Dao Chan there. So maybe I want to hit them. Okay, what if I put Setram facing this way instead? And then we put Dao Chan here. Okay, if we did that, we could stick her down here. Dao Chan up here. Throw a shield on him. And then, Idril could be back here a little bit away from where the bookkeeper damage is going to start hitting. I should have faced her down, probably, it occurs to me. The bookkeeper is here, and he is terrible, as I recall. For some reason, I was thinking he was going to come from the top, but apparently he is coming from the bottom. It's a shame. Not what I wanted, but it's alright. You don't always get what you want. Okay, now she has something on that gives her an advantage if she doesn't have a Jason Ellis. I forgot now what it was, but I don't need her out yet if that's the case. Now, do we want to bottleneck this guy? Well, that was Baron. So, oh, we got a problem, Houston. Alright. That didn't work at all. Alright. So, the Restorer can quickly restore Golem Construct's HP. Alright. So is the Restorer the one who comes from the top? I think the Bookkeeper came from the bottom. Okay, let's see here. Phelan really didn't have any opportunity to come out. I didn't see anybody over there on that end of the world. I don't recall who goes that direction, or if it's just somebody from the top who comes down that way. Not sure. Alright, let's try this again, and maybe with a little bit more attention paid, we can figure this out. Alright, let's see here. Seems that we're gonna need to put the better healer in the middle, but first, what if we upgrade this one? Got a few levels. I don't know, is that helpful? Surely it's somewhat helpful, right? What kind of artifact does she have on? Okay, so with this, the healing effect goes down by 5 for every healer, for every ally in range, which would be terrible for the middle section over there. It's okay for just doing Idril, Idrin rather, and Baron or Arrogance and Baron either way. Still not phenomenal. I wonder if there's anything we'd rather have than that. I don't know. Maybe not. Each basic attack launched has a chance equal to 10% of crit rate to trigger one additional heal. That seems not very good, probably because I doubt I have much crit rate on it. Could be wrong. Very easily. Yeah, it's pretty abysmal. So no to that, I think. What else might there be? Anything of use? That is the question. That is not great. When HP is at maximum, increase in healing effect by 5. That seems okay, as long as she's not getting hit, which, if I stick her down in the lower area, she won't be so much getting hit. We can enhance this, because I have plenty of these missiles hanging around, and that way she'll be a little bit better off down there in the corner. And I can try the corner idea again. Yeah, give that a shot. Okay, so the other thing is that Phelan really can't be, there's no real reason for her to be over there by herself right now, because she is probably going to be more helpful near those golems in the upper left area. I think Enora needs to go up there. Okay, well, let's do this. Yeah, I think her and the dragon would help in that section probably more. So, okay, with that in mind, let's try this again. And maybe that's where I need to start out. Alright, so we'll immediately put Honora there. We've got some bad guys coming from the bottom, and that's not great. Did not want to throw him out first, but that's who I threw out first, simply because it's who I grabbed. Need to stick somebody down here for healing, but it doesn't matter too much yet, because they just smashed right through Arrogance, no problem. Wow, what a hit, huh? Well, we'll try that again. Challenge again. Alright. Try to do this a little bit less bad this time. Didn't realize they were quite so fast is all that. Okay, so I see. We have it on double time. That's why. Excellent. We will throw Baron down, then go a little bit slower for my slow self. So we'll stick Dao Chen over here, but I better get this chick down here pretty quickly because they hit something fierce over here, and we're gonna have to do something about that situation pretty quickly. It's gonna go really badly. Wow, terrible. Okay. Ouch. Horrible. It's interesting. What did I do differently the first time that was less bad than what I've got this time? Because this is rough. Definitely. Throw Hedro over here, but we're on the defensive just constantly. It's not great. And throw Wrath back down here. Now we've got another situation because we've got this whoever this guy down here at the bottom is not making life easy. It is bookkeepers up at the top. Ah, dead people everywhere. That's what I'm seeing. No bueno. Alright. So, they're getting hit too hard. We need damage dealers, we need defenders. We've got Baron. That's good. We've got... Okay. Xena can do a lot of damage and die. Which is fine. But we would have to have probably Xena out front, Baron behind her. I'm not sure that Anaya is useful in this. Nora was doing okay, but once those bookkeepers start coming, who knows? We'll see. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's try again and see what happens this time. Probably going to go just as poorly. Actually, it's crazy how much worse it did that time. Alright, we're going to try kind of the same. I think, actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to start there. I'm going to start with putting out... maybe not that. Maybe we start with Baron. And then we do the healer back here. We'll put Xena next, I think. Kind of want to wait until they get a little closer. And then we put Xena out. Xena can almost hit that bookkeeper from where she's at. Not quite. Go ahead and turn his thing on for later. We've got Edril. And what do we want to do with Edril? That's the question. We put her here. We put her here. We might be able to handle some of those bookkeeper types. We've got the heavy armor guys over there. Maybe I throw Enora back over there as planned before. Followed by Edril here. And stick Dao Chen there. See if that helps to put Setram here. Didn't use Enora's thing that I should have used right then. But, couldn't even get much off there. And while I would like to say that I have some kind of chance, I'm not sure that I do. I can now put Arrogance here. But then we're in the same kind of situation once more. it's not exactly the same. So we have a little bit of a setup now. And so maybe we have enough to help out at least a little bit. Also, we have Xena. I'm gonna wait, put her out until there's a better reason to. That bookkeeper is waltzing along over there. But so far, so good. I don't want to put anybody else out yet because I want to preserve them in case I need to throw somebody out. It's looking not real great over here with Baron. And I'd like to put Xena out there. Throw some DPS onto the situation. We've got missed the opportunity there with the ultimate. That's was really late on it. Got a couple more bookkeepers up the top. All right, it's going okay. Another golem coming from up there. And again, I'm just gonna hang back, wait for things to happen. I think I'll put, okay, I didn't have to. I was thinking he was going to kill Xena and then I was going to put Baron down, but unnecessary planning there. All right, managed to make it through that one, but it was definitely harder. We got 4 million damage from Honora that time. And then Xena did 3,443,000. Setram did almost 2 million. Nice job, heroes of mine. Good job. All right, made it through. That's the key point. All done and dusted. Let's take a breather, they say. All right. Let's gather this mithril, or yeah, mithril, diamonds, and meteorites. Apparently, here we have some more mithril. Okay, I don't see anything else over in this area. Suppose I'll go for this guy. Ah, look, it's another one of those restorer guys. He says, are you also enticed by the promise of limitless treasures within this void? Not especially, but okay. Crimson Guard can corrupt tiles. Oh no. I remember this one when I did the walkthrough thing. What is it they called it? So like the prologue or something like that. Crimson Guard can corrupt tiles when dealing damage to its targets. Consider strategically positioning a hero to divert its focus. Yeah, that's a whole problem. Strategically positioning a hero. Yeah. Well, that's it's gonna be an issue, I'm afraid. Alright, engage in battle. Now, there was something about that. I think that after the initial placement and destruction of a tile, it then deals damage to any hero that's placed on that tile, as I recall. It's rather terrible, and the solution that I had was simply to put some long-range guys in that could burn those things down before they got close enough to do all of their terribleness. I don't know if that'll be effective or not in this. Their suggested BP is 457,728. We have 596,528. So, all right, what have we here? Is there anything that I want to replace? Probably, but I don't know what right now. So, currently have 2 healers. Let's go have a look at that map. Okay, the map looks like this. And there are things that are aerial units, and those are the ones that destroy tiles. Then there are ground units as well. They got the Restorer and the Guards and this uncommon Destroyer. Um, and so you have these guys flying around destroying tiles and making them poisonous essentially. And then you have uh, the terrible golems coming after your ground units. Um, so, various kinds of armor, light and heavy, melee and ranged units. And so, can we manage this? Who knows? Probably not. We'll try. We're very likely to die this first time. And who knows? Who knows how long it'll take me to get by this. Okay, let's try it. Okay, that's the first guy we've got coming. So let's just stick. Yeah, let's stick Arrogance back here for a moment. And then we've got some flyers that'll be coming from that direction. So maybe we can stick Cetrum here. Okay, who will we stick the other direction? We can stick Cetrum here. Maybe Cetrum here. And Nora facing the other direction? Don't know. Gonna give it a shot anyway. And probably won't work very well, but you never know. And then we have Idril, who I suppose I can face this way with. Galjan. Maybe? Probably? Because these are the ones who are going to get burned. Don't want to do it at double time, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and first throw Xena somewhere too. Xena here? Sure. Xena here for now. Ah. It's a little late on that up there at the top too. Okay. Need to put this girl out to see if she can heal anybody, maybe. That'd be cool. He can't quite reach from where he's at to hit any of those guys, but that's okay. For now, I can turn her onto DPS mode, and that may help a little bit. We've got those guys who I can't quite hit, but now I can. Looks like that's cool. Hopefully Nora's dragon will be ready in some reasonable time, because otherwise I've got Hedron to try to hit some of those. This is not going to be helpful at all. Alright, cool. Trilly Bear just won an extra 5-star hero. Don't know Trilly Bear, but it's a cool name. And here comes some more guys in the air. This is where things are about to get a little bit disgusting. What if I stay Hedron here and they focus on him? While this other fellow hits them a bit. Now, what if we do the same thing with Baron? It's not going well, I'll tell you that right now. Oh yeah, might be smart to actually have her in, right. Oh no, the correct mode. Okay. Wrath can go next. How about them apples? Who knows? Well, it's not going particularly wonderfully. Could be worse. Could be better. All of the locations are now inflamed. Um, oh, we have here this restorer fellow. Nothing we can do about it because even Adrian cannot hit him from there, so unfortunate. At least Cena has a bit of a range on her. Alright. So they're about to come in this direction. And it's not going to be pretty. I can stick her out here, but I think she's just going to die. So I'll stick her here instead. Can we manage, perhaps, to put him out long enough to do anything to them, or perhaps, better yet, might be to stick her out first, see if she can keep herself alive for a second, stick him out next, try to do something before he dies. Didn't do much, gotta say. Don't really need that either. Alright, well, that was about. Put her back here. See if we can. Basically, this is not great. Not great. I can put Wrath out there. Maybe. We're about to get a bad situation coming in. And not much to do about it at this point. Failure is in the immediate future, unfortunately. Yeah, nothing to be done. Alright, so, one problem there was that I didn't get anybody to distract out in time. Probably should have put Baron up there early on. Okay, let's try it again. Alright, so I think it was fine to put him, and then Xena was next, and that was fine over here. And I think putting Dalchan up here was okay. I think they came from the right first, so if we put Setrum next, that was alright to do that. Putting Enora facing the other way was also fine. And we need her in offensive stance for now. Maybe I can remember to move her the other direction later. Who knows? Who knows? We have Enora who can face that way. And then we have Idril, who this time I'm going to put over here, out of the way where she can still um, where she can hit the things from anywhere, obviously. That's not an issue. The issue is her getting killed over there when everything else does, essentially. Okay, so we've got that going on. We can put Xena out now, right here. Followed by the healer. Not the best healer in the world, but you know what? I'll take it. It's better than no healer, right? Now we've got some guys coming out up there. They're quite nasty. And I don't know if I should really have done that for the first wave, or if I should have waited for the second wave. It's kind of, you know, he could have been hitting them without using the ultimate, and then I could have saved that for the second wave of them. That might have been the way to go, but I'm not really sure. So it's good enough for now. We have Idrin and Baron and Wrath, all of whom we could, you know, distract with, ideally, when needed. But attention must be paid. That's where my problem is. Okay, so see, here's the group of 4, and I need to throw out probably Baron right here to give them something to do. And maybe I should have already stuck him out so that his shield would be up by now. Oh gosh, I also forgot about this guy here for a whole second. All right, so Baron is getting slaughtered, and I forgot to use Idril's ultimate. Cool of me. We'll try distracting with Idrin for a moment. Don't need that. Now, again, the issue really is that I should have saved Cetrum's skill here until they... Oh my gosh, and I didn't have my... Oh, I'm terrible at this game. Okay, I didn't have Dao Chan in healing mode either. What a shame. Let us restart this. Alright, try again. Alright, maybe, possibly, I can remember what I'm doing for a whole second. It's so hard. Alright, so, what do we need? We're gonna need Baron out there at some point. We're gonna need Dao Chan. Where did I have her? Here? Yes, here. Cetrum was fine here. I'll not use his thing the first time if I can remember to do that. Would like to have Idril out now, I think. And in fact, I could have put Idril out before I put Cetrum out, because he'll charge in time for the second wave regardless, and I'm not going to use him first wave if at all possible. So then, I'd like to put the healer out right now, I think, here. And then we're going to ultimately want Xena out, obviously before this guy gets there. I wait another step so that she can immediately start hitting him. Alright, I don't want to use that ultimate even though it's tantalizing. I do want to switch her to DPS mode for the moment. Okay, need to get Anora up here now. Alright, those guys have come out. The Crimson Guard is on the move. Need to use that. What else am I failing to do? That is the question, isn't it? Okay, that guy's coming too close, so let's throw wrong one. I meant to throw Baron here. Ooh, maybe not. Maybe I just, yeah, it's gonna come too close. I've got to, I think. Alright, that should be fine. That didn't get hit. Tile wasn't destroyed, so all is well. Alright. Now I have Cetrum's ability ready. His ultimate, that is. Wonder what I'm forgetting to do. Probably everything. Okay, so here comes these guys. I'm gonna need to use Cetrum's ultimate on them. Maybe I shouldn't have put Baron out yet, because since I had him there, he had... Okay, let's pick him up so we get some of that back. That may not have been the best placement for him anyway. Oh well. It is what it is, I suppose. Alright, so we have Baron still locked down at the moment. Don't know how long before the next wave of flyers come along. I'm sure they'll be just as terrible as the last ones. They had a good number of them in the last batch. Okay, probably I shouldn't put Wrath here. I should put Pedrol here. I'm not sure. Put Pedrol here for now. Got some flyers incoming on the upper right, and I'm gonna wait until they get a little closer. I can't do that. I can do that, but it's not quite the right moment, I don't think. So we got a dead Xena up there. Now for the thing, and then put Baron here. Don't know if that was the right choice or not, but it's the choice we made at the moment, so. Okay, so just pick Baron up before he dies. Arrogance went down. That's a problem. Okay. Now we have Xena waiting in the wings over here. And no longer waiting. Better use her thing, and oh dang, if I didn't not notice up there, that's a problem. Okay, well, it's all gone poorly, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if this is recoverable at all. But we've got Baron coming out soon. Will that matter? Hard to say. Not looking good. Could put Baron here, a little late, but maybe better late than never. Might be able to delay them a little bit. Throw Arrogance here to start shooting them. And might be good enough with him and Zuna together, with the bit of concentrated um, stuff we have there. We can throw Edrin out for the same reason. Might be able to get there. All right. Good job. Good job, team. All right. So got a victory on that one. The stats are, of course, going to be crazy because of that setup. As you topped the damage yet. All right. So, cool. Completed that. So, definitely a tough fight. I knew it was going to be with those tiles being suddenly, dots essentially are pretty rough. When I played them the first time in the prologue, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a problem. And for sure it is. All right, now it is 11:25. So we got through that, but I feel like I better get on other things here. So let's see. Let's go to storage. Let's claim what we got right now. Won't be able to change my difficulty level this week with this. That's fine. We'll claim it. So, we got a demon soldier, a Merkling Menace, no less. Alright, so 30 flawless meteorites, 65 diamonds, 2 insignia of endurance 3s, 2 arena permits, 164 mithril, 8 insignia of endurance 2s, 260,000 gold, 100 stamina, 49,000 hero XP potions, 1 gold doubler, and 1 night terror ring. That's neat. Okay, cool. So, good with that. Go to camp. And I need to auto-run some things in the background. Let's come up here, Oracle's Trial, and let's get that running. Let's see, auto-fight however many times. Looks like that's 6. Minimize this, come out of there. And then what? It is, again, it's almost 11:30, so got to kind of move along a little bit. I've got nothing exciting in the workshop here. Got some things in the mine. Got 3,300 coins, 3,100 XP potions, 11 stamina, 2 diamonds, and 7 mithril over here. Grab all that out of there. Let's check on the arena, because I should be able to refresh. And I'm at 277,124 BP currently on the team. Let's refresh this. I don't know what my actual is. I think it's like 272,000. I could be wrong. Aragorn looks like he's very low BP to be in here, and it makes me a little bit skeptical. His stage monster BP is 56,715, so he's got somebody better than the rest of his team on there, which I guess is an Azah probably. An Azah is extremely good DPS, so if I were in that position, probably put Azah near the front so that she can start taking stuff out early. Of course, she knows Idril, sure. But I would say the only chance would be to take the guys out before they can get down into the depths over here. But no, that wasn't the case here. Alright, so that was Aragorn, 33,384 BP. And stats, my Idril, just because of the BP difference, or mostly because of that, did like 70,000 more than his Idril. So it was the battle of the Idrils, to be honest. And unfortunately, his BP was much lower. So he didn't have much of a chance on that. We got 3 arena coins and 5,000 XP potions from that. And then who else can we know? Everybody else is so much higher that it's not even reasonable. So we'll go to the background fight details. So we got 49,200 coins, 4,500 XP potions, 33 flawless meteorites, 17 radiant meteorites, 74 mithril, 266 mystery artifacts trophies, and 266 brave conquest points for that. Now, what more do I need here? We've got brave conquest. Where was that at? I need another like 13,000. Not 13,000. 1,300, 1,200. No. Math is hard. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna get there eventually. Basically, 1,201 points in that to get those rare summoning crystals there. Yep. Brain kicks in now and then. Okay. What else do I need to do at this time? I think I wanted to come level up some people over here so that I can get those Brave Conquest. Is that what it was called? Hold on, go back. Brave Conquest was looting gear pieces and meteorites. That's what I have to do for that one. The one that I also needed had to do with leveling up heroes. It was called Hero something. Hero Training, that's what it was. Hero Training. I need a good bit more to be able to get that next, that 5-star psychic power there. I can go ahead and try it. Level up, star up, and promote heroes or upgrade hero skills to win trophies and redeem rewards. Go ahead and try to get there, but it's definitely not great and wonderful and all things nice. Let's see. Let's come here and see what I want to do. These guys are all pretty well taken care of. I don't think any of them need for anything in that regard. But we get down. I think I might have just finished him as far as like his promotions go, but I still need to upgrade him, and maybe that would be a good thing to do. We have 69,986 XP potions currently, which is insufficient to the task. There's also this girl, and we could get her up to level 50. That wouldn't be a bad thing to do. So maybe that's what I do with these points. Yes, let's do that. All right. Can't start her up right now because, as you can see, I have no way to do that. And I have no XP to do that either. So nothing doing there. But if I want, it's kind of tricky because I need the promotion raids and I also need the promotions and gear raids in order to do both of these things. Hey, Rubian, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. Sorry if I missed it for a second there. I'm deep in thought over here, let me tell you. Alright, let's see. I've got... Decisions must be made. So, I don't have a lot of stamina currently. 19 won't get me very far. But I do have some stamina. Stamina built up there. Pretty far in the lead on artifact trials. I think I go for the promotion thing first. That seems like it makes the most sense. See what I need and then try to get it for them, because that's probably more of a long-term benefit, you know, beyond just these few items left that I have on those little bars there. So that being said, I've done quite a few of the promotions, and so they don't Most of them don't exactly need much. We do have Aries here, who I was trying to promote earlier and didn't get around to going back to because I forget what I'm doing very well. Ah, I've got a problem. It's kind of um, lagged out on me, it seems. Ah, now it's better. Probably better restart the game because it did the little circle spinning lag of doom there. Arabian says, doing great. I've been watching all your videos on YouTube. Even commented on one 2 weeks ago. Very cool, very cool. I'm sure that I saw your comment, but what is your name on there? Maybe I'll recognize it. Alright, so this is cool because it now basic attack applies defense reduction, which is super cool because that's defense minus 20 on the thing. And I feel like that could be really useful on things like the guild raid dragon. For now, it's not wonderful because again he's level 10, so that's not phenomenal, but something to think about. And I'm gonna see if I have anybody like that's lower level and can just be promoted with some low level materials that I have laying around. And then if I don't, then I can come back and try to find things that I have to go get. I may have already gone through and done this, and so they may be mostly too high. Okay, so it looks like now verse can use some promotions, so let's get him settled a bit. Kevin W on YouTube. Okay. I'm thinking about it. Kevin W. I almost remember that name. It's like at the edge of memory, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now we're at promotion level 2. It says when the ultimate is not activated, summons one straw minion every 10 seconds, and each basic attack reduces the summoning interval by 1 second. So a straw minion, it says once ready, the straw minion will track enemies within Nalvus's attack range. Upon reaching an enemy, it will self-destruct, dealing 150% AoE damage. Straw minion can last 10 seconds with a maximum of 2 present at the same time. It says that during the ultimate, it summons one straw minion for every 12 times of damage dealt. So that's interesting. I don't know that I have a lot of use for Nalvus currently. I don't know, maybe in the future, or just like a faction thing or something like that. But for now, I'm just, gonna try to throw some promotions into him and get that credit on the training, the hero training trophies. So we'll go ahead and promote him to the next level because we have a lot of those insignias. So that knocks his basic attributes up a good bit. And then we get to the area where we don't have them, which is these gold ones here. Some other things of note that I might want to look at is whether I have any awakenings to throw into these guys. But let's go ahead and promote. I think this is Rocks. I think that's his name. Yes, Rocks. They decided to get very original with the naming on this one, and they went with Rocks. You would think he would be water, right? What with his physical appearance. All right, so basic attributes all went up, and then let's promote him up to level 3 as well. So that just knocks his basic attributes up a little bit more, and now he's in the range where we don't have anything apparently. And then who is this? Let's see. This is Imani. I don't remember anything about Imani except that I wasn't impressed. So let's promote her. That's what we do with people we're unimpressed with. We promote them, right? I think that's tradition. That's American, right? That's what we do. Okay, so we got our 2 more training trophies there, and her attributes all went up a little bit. Irvian says, I commented around the time you only had arrogance. I told you he's great and would carry you far. Okay, absolutely, he's really good. I completely agree. I do remember that comment. So that has been a little while. That was probably a little over a month ago then. Yeah. And you say, Rivian says, work on your O-log. Yeah, I need to, but I feel like, haven't I think I already got him promoted up as much as I could. And yeah, I did. I can't do any more until I star him up. I'll have to level him some more, and then I'll have to star him. And I don't have the XP or anything right now to use for that. So, kind of stuck on it for the moment. And then I wonder where I was in this set of folks here. Come back down here and try to find. Okay, there's Brock's. Did him. Okay, here's where we were. This one here, whatever her name was. What was it? Imani. Or Imani. Promote that one. And we actually are running lower, so I'm gonna switch over to Theowin, because while he's not amazing, he's a little bit better than her, I think. So
True
let's promote
vision
him.
does not require eyes.
He has a dialogue bit that he says there. This increases his range and also increases his attributes. So not a bad thing there. Promote him again.
True vision does not require eyes.
And now he's up to 3 stars, which is as far as I can go without running some more rates. Let's try this one. We can upgrade her a little bit more, promote her up, use some of these pieces. Good. Some of these that we have a billion of. Wonderful. This is an Azalt. I have used him. I think he might be. No, I don't remember for sure. I think I felt like he was poisoned, but maybe not. So that unlocked this skill, which is, oh yeah, he was poisoned. Good for me. Scalding tonic, magic balls can trigger a reaction between burning and poison inflicted on enemies and cause toxic fire. Arivian says, have you been running experience rage with the experience bonus on? No, of course not. That would be, that would be reasonable. I'm all about doing unreasonable things. No. Okay. Work through here, and his next talent, when deployed, starts using alchemy. The more the poison vials produce, the higher the damage, up to 30% damage bonus. The more the combustible vials produced, the more targets the fire can spread to. Up to 3 more targets. The effect will be reset when alchemy is re-triggered. Interesting. No, I've actually been kind of focusing on just kind of doing the events as they come along, pretty much. Rubian says, also your gear. I highly recommend you start looking for attack bonus as the main stat for your big damage desires. For defenders, look for HP bonus. Yeah, I can understand that. I think attack speed. I have some notes here. For Idrin, I want HP and attack speed. Dao Chan, obviously attack. Arrogance, I want attack speed. Wrath, I like crit rate. For some reason, I have crit rate on there. I'm sure there's some reason for that. And attack speed. Possibly, I may have needed. I don't know. Maybe he's a little low. Xena, I've got attack speed and attack, and then Morgan, I have attack speed. But then I haven't been using Morgan as much. Maybe I should, but I haven't been. So anyway, that's just some notes I had written down. Haven't actually focused on doing yet. All right, we've got back to Nizalt. Let's go ahead and promote him again. Get that talent enhanced a little bit. And promote him again, and he'll get his attributes in general enhanced. So, and there we are. Before I go further with all this, I want to go and check and see if this is making very much difference or not in the hero training. Looks like we have a long way to go still. 2176 is certainly insufficient. Not anywhere close to that 3000 mark there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rubian says, yes, try to get crit rate as high as you can. Okay, but up to 100, because my understanding is that there's a hard cap at 100%. So anything above that is not useful. Um, but yeah, certainly critting 100%. There's no sense in having the damage of the critical damage go up until you have the critical rate up, because obviously if you have it doesn't matter how much critical damage you have if you're not critting, right? So but yes, critting 100% of the town would be ideal for sure. Alrighty, I think that I don't know, it doesn't look like I've got much chance of getting up to that 3,000. So with that being the case, maybe I should try to just loot the gear pieces and meteorites. I think I'll go with meteorites and blow some stamina in that direction. Okay, so here, artifacts, go, and then we'll auto fight. How many times we need, like, I think I said 1,100 or 1,200, maybe 1,200 points. So let's do 25 times and see where that gets us, I think. Alright, start on that, and we need 527 stamina, and see, I could be using the stamina toward that, but the thing is that I'm not really in a rush. It's okay with me to go at a slower pace and just kind of do the events and, I guess, maximize that, and then kind of suffer in the fact that it takes me longer to get the heroes built up and things like that. Also, I was definitely finding that on, especially like the campaign and things like that, increasing the quality of your heroes too quickly makes it more boring, because you go through the campaign, and if you're increasing the heroes' abilities at a higher rate than you're leveling through the campaign, then you're too high for what you're doing, and it makes it not a challenge. So I don't know. I think that it has to be somewhat challenging in order to be entertaining. And as a result, I actually haven't done the campaign in quite a while. And I should go and just finish it, but I haven't, because again, it's kind of was becoming somewhat trivialized from the discrepancy in the BP required versus the BP that I had. So really not yet. I don't really know that I want to increase it. Oh, I believe that it gets tough for sure. And I mean, it already is in certain areas, right? But I'm okay with that. Like, for instance, what I was just doing a little bit ago was the Void Rift on Elite, and that's coming up to the level that my team is at, which is of course making it more difficult, which is good. I like that. So now of course there's a point at which I'll have to really focus, and as Cody was mentioning earlier, I will have to pay more attention to the gear. I've just been mostly auto assigning things, and occasionally I'll go and do some arranging, but primarily, it's not been in any way necessary to do that. And with all the gear changes that I've been doing, I just didn't really want to spend the time doing that. So that's kind of been my stance on it so far. It's always been the part that I really don't enjoy about games, that have gear. I'm really not a fan of it, honestly. Like the gear stuff, it's really to me, um, it's very time consuming, and it I'm one of those people who I have a lot of trouble if I focus on something like that. I have a lot of trouble making a decision about what to put on. And so I'll spend 30 minutes trying to decide on one single piece of gear for one single character. And so yeah, it's definitely a very time consuming thing. So this auto equip thing has been very good for me. And one thing, even though it's not, I understand that it's not the best options and consistently not the best, but um, it's decent enough. It's mediocre, and that way I don't have to agonize over a decision. Um, and even when I do look at it later, some of the stuff is already going to be good enough, and that's going to be very helpful overall. How far am I on my storyline? I don't even know. Let's see. Storyline is there. All right. Looks like it says clear campaign stage E3-11. Prepare to face the perilous boss Mother Bloom Karada. In this stage, to gain insight into the boss's abilities, take a look at the monster manual. I don't know what the monster manual is. Um, but like we click go here, E3-11, that's at the end of this. But I'm on E3-4, which is way over here. It's like, oh my gosh, okay. Clear the stage with more than 6 heroes on the team. Clear the stage with Soulcorn intact. Lizard Fly Nest. You see its recommended BP is 192,332, and even with only 6 people in the group, I have 333,112, and it's just kind of like, okay, let's throw some gear on him. I don't even know why I had this particular group at the time, but you can optimize the team, and again, it's kind of trivializes it to a large degree. But I don't even need to necessarily put such a money of this, because realistically, arrogance and crew could take it out. Rubian says, yeah, I understand the gear frustration. While I love the game, you're always running gear raids looking for better pieces. Yeah, I know a lot of people play games like that, and that's kind of not how I play. My main game for the last 20, let's see, 23 years is an MMO, and it's very very much a lot of people have that attitude, that they want to get the best gear, and I'm really not into that. Personally, never have been. It's for me, more interesting to figure out the strategies in any kind of game, really. Um, so, you know, yeah. Well, the thing is, you say take out Laurel and put in Nora, easy win. It's the thing is that all of it is an easy win. I mean, it has been. Although I didn't notice that little aerial guy over there, so that's going to be a problem. Um, but who knows? Maybe I'll get killed. That'd be hilarious. Um, yeah, because if I had seen that, I would have faced him the other direction. But oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Can't believe I did that. Oh well. Can't even hit him from here. Sad times. Don't know that Laurel can take out the lone lizard fly. Yeah, let's restart that, but this time we're facing the correct direction. But anyway, it's just I've never really been into the gear stuff. Nora, right? See, and when you said Nora, I was thinking of the other girl. What is her name? Anai, and I was kind of like, oh, that's not very good. But no, Nora is good. Yeah, sure. I could have done that. when I had made this party, I didn't have an aura yet. When I had made the initial one that you saw there, um, because it's been that long since I messed around with it at all. Um, I don't know when I last did one of the storyline missions. So, but yeah. Anyway, um, really, it's like you see arrogance, like he hits somebody, and it does most of their health just in one hit. Setrum is just blows them up. Yeah, sure, we could add an aura to the mix, but there's not really any reason to. Let's increase the rage on these two, and it's, you know, we can throw out Wrath just to increase the attack speed on Arrogance. It's going to make him even more uh, incredible. Throw Adrian back behind him for anybody who comes through. Nobody's going to come through. Um, so, that's, that's what I mean. On the one hand, yeah, I understand that if I go through the campaign, then I'll eventually theoretically get to a part where it's harder again. And maybe soon, I don't know. I just, I don't know. There's only so many hours in a day, and I just haven't gotten back around to doing this. Um, this part of the game, I guess. But yeah. Oh, I should have her in DPS stance just to add insult to injury, as you could blow them all up with Setrum. Alright, so we got 25 diamonds, 234 XP potions, and 1,000 coins for that. But yeah, I do agree that I should finish it. I've got a lot left of it to do, certainly. And that actually gave me 200 stamina, which is awesome, because I can go do some of these background fights with that. Not a bad deal. 196,800 coins, 18,000 XP potions, 112 flawless meteorites, 80 radiant meteorites, 283 mithril, 992 mystery of artifacts trophies, and 192 brave conquest points for that. Let's see here. Where does that put us on everything? Mystery of artifacts we already have. I think it's events and brave conquest. We have 17,791. Now I wonder, that may be sufficient actually to finish this off. I should do the artifact material raid and then auto fight until we hit that number. That's 9 times. Will that be enough? Possibly. We'll see. Oh, Rubian says, don't forget Lunaria. Her Lord bonus will give everybody on her faction an extra 1 range. Yeah, that is pretty cool. For sure. Super handy in Gear Raid 3, Pierce your faction trial, etc. Yeah, I find that sometimes you just want to stick a Lord in just to, get that boost to all the people. And you don't actually necessarily want to stick the Lord out. Like with Leia, I had been putting her in the party and then really not using her. She was just there for the boost for the other faction members, and you can certainly do that with a lot of the lords. Now, Wrath is not as good in that respect because in order to get the most out of his lord skill, he has to be out, and Solkadin's also, I find, needs to be out to really get the benefits fully of what his lordship gives. So. Definitely depends, but some of them are like that. As long as they're in the team, then more useful. It's pretty cool. Okay, what was it doing? I was going to check. It's 17,900. Okay, there it is. That's all I need. And so we're gonna stop this now. And then you had mentioned XP rates. Now that we've got this done, now we can do something like that. We got 2 rare summoning crystals, and that was the goal of the moment. Just trying to finish out this. I would like to do some more on this hero training and try to get that bar maxed out down there. Now you can do that with XP, but I find that the promotions seem to be better. I think, I'm not sure, but it feels like the starring up and the trophies is very good for getting those points. I don't know. It's a tough call, really. But leveling them up is pretty, I don't know. It's not so much. I mean, you just, I don't know. You can't get as many that way. At the lower levels, at least. I feel the ratio isn't quite as good. Vivian says, yep, Leah is a great healer too. You're correct about Morgan, though she's terrible damage and reload bonus. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, Morgan's a good one to stick in the party when you're not going to be deploying everyone. I really wanted Morgan to be good, and then I was like, man, she's just consistently not. She has to stay out for 50 seconds to just kind of get to her prime, which is a fairly long time to wait, considering how quickly these rounds go, and not useful in arena fights so much either, for the same reason. Again, she has to be out for a significant portion of time before she even starts to really get her damage in. And it's like the opposite of Xena, who you stick out and she's like high damage right away and then it drops off, but instead she's like virtually no damage and then she jumps up somewhat. I don't have her high enough level to say how far that is, but it has been unimpressive for me so far. But yeah, okay, so I can run some XP things, and maybe I can do some starring up of some people as a result of getting some XP there. I don't have an XP bonus running because I don't have one right now. I can click obtain, but I'm not going to spend diamonds for one because I'm saving those. I could go over here to Root and check him out real quick because he's available, but also there are some XP bonus things right here. I could get one for 35 coins. Sure, I'll grab one. The XP rates are extremely expensive to do as far as stamina goes. And so, that's another reason I kind of avoid them. I'd rather get the XP as I go, just doing other things. But we can do some, sure. Alright, auto fight, and can do it 3 whole times. It's painful, I tell you. Alright. Pop out of there, and let's see. I guess I could go look at the storyline again, and the next thing I would be able to earn here is the 2 summoning crystals. Well, okay, those are very nice, and I do like getting the rewards from the storyline, because they do often have things such as summoning crystals, which are good. It's good to have. Okay. Arubian says Yazine is one and done hero. Once she hits the floor, her ultimate goes off, and once it's over, she will not go again. Have to pull her and redeploy later. Yes, to some extent. Now, that being said, even after she does her massive burst of damage for the 25 seconds, She still does better DPS than a lot of my heroes that I have. So if it's like something big with a lot of characters in it, I go ahead and keep her in. Um, Depending too, because the thing is that she does more damage the next time you deploy her. Um, so if I have the have the time to be able to pick her up and then put her back down, that's ideal. Um, Herudian says Volka's a hero that does reduce hero deployment times. Yeah, and I know that we get Volka at the end of this quest line or the storyline. Um, so sure, it's valid. Would I end up using Volka? I don't know. It's I like decreasing the hero deployment times, so I'm sure I would use her sometimes. I think that, like, I know Dalen does that, and I think there's another. I think maybe Cyrene does that. I haven't really used Cyrene very much. I've only used her in like the faction quests, but I think she may do that too. Maybe to a lesser degree than Volca. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at her more carefully whenever I get her. I've just kind of like I know that people have talked about Volca here and there. We got 4,500 coins, 72,850 XP potions, a green guy, and 3 gray guys for those background fights there. And that was for XP potions. Now, how many do I have? Do I have enough to be worthwhile? Who knows? Who knows? That's the wrong button. I think this is the one I want, right? To look at my... Okay. So I don't have enough yet to do one... I can't even start up one guy all the way to be sacrificed yet. But that's not too bad because I don't think I had very much XP at the time. And now I've got 99,000, so that's a decent amount per run. I can go do some more of those. And then I'll be able to start somebody up and have at least one person to eat later on. Let's see here. I could, as another option, I could upgrade. I can't even upgrade Soulcadins to max yet. It would take more to do that than it would to eat someone. Interesting. Alright. I may also have some purple guys who could be startup. And if so, then that may give me more points to work with on these trophies that I need. Cyrene says, Rudian says Cyrene gives you cost, which helps you deploy heroes. So it only gives you the cost of her back. Is that what it is, or is it like she deploys for 11 and she gives you 12 or something like that? Like you have a net gain of just like 1 or something like that. Is that the way she works? I feel like it might be. See, like I could star this guy up, but I really don't think he's very good. I would have to level him up and then star him up. And I don't think he's worth the resources, really. Now, Cyrene is level 40 right now. Let's see what she does, since we're talking about her and all. Restores 12 cost immediately and applies crit rate increase to 2 allies within 2 tiles, lasting for 6 seconds. So how much does it cost to deploy her? It costs 11. So yeah, you have a net gain of 1 cost there, which is not amazing, but essentially she's free +1. So kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Have to think about that, right? Um, Peruvian says you normally get X coins per second, perhaps. Sarian gives 12. That's not what, I don't know, is that, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems like it's an immediate 12 cost bat. So like you place her, you spend 11, you get 12. Is there maybe something else? No, nothing else about it. So it feels like you just gain 1 for putting her out. Don't know. Okay, is anybody else that I want? I know a lot of people say good things about Aona. I don't really use her a lot. I use her in like the faction trial, but otherwise I haven't found her to be one that I go to for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I meant to check this earlier. Is there anybody that I have that I could awaken? I don't think that I have anybody, but let's make sure. Because that would be neat. I think that, I don't know, that may not be one that counts for this event. I'm not sure. Awakening? You'd think it would, but I don't know if it does. Either way, it doesn't look like I've got anybody, so every time she ultimates, let's see, for Siren? Let's see her. Where is she? She can't find her, does she not? Oh, there she is. Okay. Yeah, that is her ultimate. Okay, so it's okay, I see what you're saying. It's just when she ultimates that happens. So when it says immediately, it doesn't mean immediately upon deployment. It means when she casts this, it restores 12 costs. That's cool. All right, cool. Rivian says that Aeon is amazing, especially at your stage. She wrecks. Maybe. I've, like I said, I've just primarily used her in faction trials. I tried using her at first, when I first got her, and she didn't. I don't know. I mean, she stops people, but I don't know. It wasn't. Of course, I only have her up to level 40, and I knew that. She needs to be leveled up. She needs to be startup so that she can then be promoted. And it's going to, this right here, this talent that would unlock, is probably, this would probably be very helpful. Every 4 attacks launched triggers a starburst, dealing AoE damage around a large area and inflicting slow upon the targets. During the ultimate, starburst increases the range and total stars of star domain. So I suspect that getting that unlocked would probably make a big difference. And I'm sure, obviously awakening to level 3 would make a big difference. And I'm sure that she could be improved greatly by that sort of thing. But what I've seen of her, again, she's only level 40, and she doesn't have all of those accoutrement on her. And so she is, I almost made a joke about a 90s band that most people would probably not get, so I'll refrain for the moment. Anyway, she's not as good as she would be if I put more into her. That's for certain. Alright, let's see here. Let's check on the arena and refresh this. And see if there's anybody anywhere near 277,124. The closest we have is Foo's Jester. Now, the question is it Foo's Jester or is it Foos Jester? We got a hard S or a soft S on that. This is the question. If Foos Jester sees this, I hope he or she will weigh in on that. Alright, let's see here. They're only 50,000 ahead of us. Well, only 43,000, let's be fair. Sure, let's see what happens. I suspect what's going to happen is they're going to smash my face. But, let's find out. Alright, now they threw out this Vargas over here right away. I thought it was a frog, but it turns out it's a wolf. Bloodlust Arrow. Causes HP drain equal to 50% of current HP to the hero and removes invisibility. Each attack deals 200% damage. Targets inflicted with bleed take 25% extra damage. Question is, does Vargas have any way to get bleed? Then we have Lady Mina over here who has Eternal Darkness. When the ultimate is triggered, continuously inflicts blood sigil and immobilized state on up to 10 targets in range. Lady Mina then transforms into Phantom Dracula, dealing 220% piercing damage one time to up to 5 targets every 2 seconds. Cool, I got all that read before I was defeated. Yes. Alright. Rubian says, right, I enjoyed watching you finally use her in Cultist Trial. Yeah. I did throw her out, and I think I've fairly consistently used her in the faction trial. But I other than when I first got her, I don't think that I've really used her in the normal gameplay. Alright, the stats on that are, let's see, Foos Jester has a BP of 320,358, and the highest damage dealer on the board was Arrogance with 1,022,000, followed very closely by that wolf guy. His name, I think, was Vargas. So Vargas was number 2. Then it looks like Lady Mina is almost tied with Idril in the amount of damage she did. So, very cool. Good to know. I think this person up here at the very top. Nope, never mind. I wanted to say that I thought I knew who that was, but I don't, as it turns out. The one who did 105,300. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Erlong Shin, maybe it's Volara, or something like that. Could be Valkyra, for all I know. It is someone that I've seen very often in Arena, and every single time I don't recognize them in this icon because it doesn't look like the one on the screen. Very non-visual. So I really don't know who that is, but it's they did a little bit of damage. It must have been the third person to come out, because I saw that they had put out Vargas, I think was the name, and then definitely there's this Lady Mina who came out next, and so this top one had to be whoever the third one was. Maybe it's Polara, maybe that's the name. It's one of those. Okay, so tap close. We got 3 arena coins for that. Cool. Irvian says, here I would pull Laurel and put in an area and get that range bonus. Plus she'll give bonus to Idril. Irvian says Valara. Valara is a meta for a lot of content right now. If it's Valara, that's the one who does the invis thing, and then she like moves forward a few spaces, and she does good damage, right? Is that the one? I think so. Either that or it's Valkyra, one or the other. Those like she's on a horse, I think, or some sort of a mounted beast anyway, possibly a horse. All right, cool. Anyway, I didn't have anybody else like I could show you. It's all 400,000s and 500,000s, and that's pretty much higher than what I've got here. So definitely not capable of doing those guys by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah. Alrighty. Now, let's see. Gold Laurel. Do I have Laurel? You said Gold Laurel. I didn't even notice what my team was, honestly. I'll go and just look. If I click on one of these, it'll take me over there. So yeah, you could do that. I like Laurel because she increases the rage regen for especially Cetrum and Idril, and of course Arrogance. Um, and I appreciate that effect. It definitely makes a big difference. So yeah, Rivian says, "Yep, you got it." Okay, that's in reference probably to who Valara is. Yes, she appears to be very good. I don't have her, but I've seen her in arena a lot of times, and I knew she was one of. Well, I knew that that image was one of a few different people. I couldn't remember all the names, but they all look to me very similar. The ones that I mentioned there, and I'm most out of those, I'm most unfamiliar with Erlong Shin. I've only seen him. I don't know. I mean, I want to say a few times, but it's more than a few. It's just a much smaller ratio um, than the others. So yeah. Okay, what do we got here? I could run some more XP raids. I could try to. Well, okay, let's go back as far as these events go. We got Brave Conquest finished. Tales of the Smith is finished. I'm not going to participate really with the Spiritual Altar. So that pretty much covers that. There's nothing new starting tomorrow. Quite a few things ending today, and we'll have some things continuing through tomorrow. We've got the Knapsack edition that'll continue on. Zombie Invasion continues on. This event sign in, which I don't really know what the event in question is. If we click on it, it just says event sign in. What's the event? I'm not really sure, but it's an event sign in. So that continues through at least the rest of this week. Let's see, it would actually have mentioned there's 10 days of it, so we've got another 5 days left on that. But a lot of the events will be ending today, and then nothing really starting much until the after tomorrow. We'll, of course, I'm sure we'll have these Oracles trials going as usual. So really the only thing I have left to work on is the hero training, and again, gosh, I mean, there's so far to go. Used 99,000 XP points and got hardly anything on this on these trophies, so really don't know that that's going to go anywhere. Unfortunate. Let's see. Uvian says yes, Erlong is amazing in his anti-aircuts. I'm sure that's true. I've seen it's just like I think that's the one they just to kind of obliterate the oncoming foes. It's pretty good DPS there from what I can tell. All right, so let's see. Is there anything else that would be useful for me to do? I cannot imagine that I'll be able to get far enough in that to be able, and realistically, that the reward over there, which I'm clicking on the wrong thing once again because I'm really good at clicking on the wrong thing. The reward for this is okay. 15 5-star psychic power shards. That's actually pretty good. That would be worth like 130,000 stamina, I think. However, well, not quite that. Maybe like 100,000. stamina worth of runs. I don't know. Again, I don't think that it's feasible for what I've got. I could go through and again just try to promote people that I have the insignias for and run some promotion raids and try to go that route. But I don't think that I have enough people to promote without starring up. The other route would be to try to get XP potions and star up guys to eat and then star up the guys who eat them, right? But yeah, it's not really very promising. I would have to get Solkadin's up to level 60 first, so I'd have to run enough to get him. Let's see, he needs a total of 260,875. I've got 99,772 right now. I just realized that I didn't spend that, and therefore my my commentary about it being negligible does not apply. So should I do that? Maybe. Maybe I should try that. That would get me what, 3 levels? No, 2 levels. Bring him up to 56. I do want to level him up. He is very reasonable. And he's among my, I've put him on the favorites list for a reason, Could also try leveling up Leia if I don't have her. Okay, I already have her maxed out. So, can't do anything with her other than star her up. And I probably would rather star somebody else up. If I wanted to go that route. Let me see here. He's already done. I could try to star her up. I do want to. I think she's very useful in certain circumstances. She's anytime that you've got a boss sitting over somewhere that you can't reach, she's very, very good at that. So it wouldn't hurt to do that. Now, would that be better or worse than doing Solkadin's? I think Solkadin's has good potential to be very good DPS. He's only single target, but I mean, so is she, He's good to be deployed as a lord because he's got, his lord skill is useful, and you get the maximum out of it when he casts his ultimate, and of course his ultimate goes hand in hand with that skill. So I feel like it could be worthwhile to level him up and try to get him promoted and all of those things. Maybe I go that route. Let's go ahead and try it. Let's put some into him. See if it gets us anywhere. But before I spend this, I'm going to come and look and see what am I at here. Not Brave Conquest. That's not what I want to go to. I want to go to the Oracle's Trial, the hero training, and I'm at 2,176. Rubian says that Idril is used more. Solkadin is not really mainly for Lord bonus. Yeah, it's just that I don't feel like you get the full Lord bonus unless you put him out there. I mean, his other effect here, beyond just the one that he triggers by using his ultimate, is, let's see here, 15% increase to the faction team members' basic attributes. The other portion of his thing here is dependent on him using his ultimate. So if he's not out, then you don't get any of that. You only get the faction team members' basic attributes being increased by 15%, which is not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it depends obviously on what you have in your team. If you have a lot of the Infernal in your team that you're already using anyway, then and you also are not going to be deploying all of your units, and you don't have anybody else who would give that kind of load bonus, which I don't know, like, because I don't own all of them. It feels like, I mean, these all are dependent on the guys being out in this faction. So is there really, I don't know if there's anybody that would be a better one to have deployed and using their second part of this than him. I don't know. You would know more about that. No, okay, I agree that you don't have to deploy the Lord for the faction to receive it. That's true on most people, but for him, if you look, and for all of these, it says on the second thing there, when Lord Solkatin's casts Hail Breaks Loose, all faction team members gain penetration increase and deal 30% extra damage to elites in process for 15 seconds. Now, Hail Breaks Loose is his ultimate, so you have to deploy him and use the ultimate in order to get that benefit. So if you don't deploy him, then the only benefit that you get is increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. And that's the truth for all of these in this faction. The Infernal Blaster, these three lords. This one is Lord Pyros. I have him as well. And it says when he casts the destruction command, all faction team members gain that. It's the same thing. And then Twin Fiend also has to be out from casting Meteoric Strike in order to get that benefit. They would all, no matter who you have of these, you're going to get a benefit for the faction team's basic attributes. Obviously, the better ones are going to be Solkadins and Twin Fiends because that's 15%. And then, of course, Pyros is only an epic, so his is 10%. But what I'm saying is, if you have him in a slot and you're not planning on deploying him, all you're going to get is the 15% bonus to team members' basic attributes. So depending on how things lay, like if you can put all of your guys in and you're going to be able to deploy all of them, then having someone else in that slot could be better if you're not using him or using these loads for what they are, right? So if they're not going to be beneficial beyond that 15% bonus, there might be somebody better to stick in that slot if you're going to be deploying everybody, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining that well, but yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's not useless, certainly, because there's a lot of times when you may not want to, or you're not able to deploy all of your guys. Maybe you don't want to deploy them all at once. You're switching somebody off with like Xena or something like that. And so sometimes, because you don't have enough deployment slots to be able to deploy everybody. But, and that would be the time at which, if you had other people in that faction that you were going to be using, then it would make sense to use either Solkadins or Twin Fiend in that way. But otherwise, say you only have one person in that faction, unless that one person is going to really benefit from that 15%, there's a lot of other lords out there that may give more than just a basic attributes bump. So that's my I don't know, I don't want to say rant, but treatise on my interpretation of this. Rubian says, yep, you got it. Excellent. Let's see. Now, yes, Idril, yeah, I mean, Idril is, like I said, is definitely good in certain circumstances, for sure, where you can't hit the the opponents otherwise, or like it gives you a bit of an advantage in the arena because you know she can hit things before they're otherwise accessible to be hit, because they're out of range. But so I don't know. I'm back and forth on it. Like who would I want to focus on? I could focus on starting her up, or I could focus on upgrading him and then promoting him. It might be. I'm not sure which way would get me more trophies if I'm trying to get that hero thing there. Uncertain. I can try it this way. Like I said, I don't have enough to completely start anybody up, but right now I have 2,176 of those trophies. Let's go ahead and give it a go and try starring up somebody as much as possible. Not gonna get all the way up because it takes like 130,000 XP and I only have 99,000, I believe. But let's just see what we can do. Currently, I don't think I have anybody to do that with. So starting at a level or a 2-star guy, let's see how far we can get. Do a quick star up on him, and then we go to this next one. I do it step by step because I'm always worried about messing up. And then let's see here. Oh, it started up, but he hasn't made the transition yet. So close. Still not there. Come on, you can do it. Alright, let's try clicking back, and then quick start up again. Yeah, nothing. Huh, what happened? Did I do something? Oh, I know what's wrong. I don't have enough to start him up from 4 to 5. And so he's disappeared from this window, and he hasn't arrived yet in this window. So we still have 57,000 left, which is not quite enough to, we would need another 30,000 for that. Which I knew we would, but I didn't think about the fact that I won't be able to use all 99,000 and thereby check and see where we're at. But I can look and see what it shows right now on the wrong thing. Oracle's Trial, the worst trouble navigating. Hero training, and then so from getting him up to a 4-star, we gained. Let's see, we had 2,176 to start with, so we gained 104 points there. Okay, all right. That's a 20th of what we need. It's not quite as bad as that, actually. We only need 800 or 720 more points. I mean, maybe it's doable. Maybe if I run some more XP raids, we can get there. Sure, let's try it. All right. It is 12:37 a.m. So 3 raids got us up to 90,000. Let's see what it shows that we'll get. So we're getting double XP right now. So we'll get about 20,000 per run. So it would actually be 5 runs for 100,000. And that's just over 100 points. We need, did I say 800 points? So 5 times 8, we need 40 runs. Right, yeah, the bonus. That's when it's 20,000 instead of the 10,000 that it shows here. Yes, so I think we would need, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. To be able to get enough points, we would have to run like, I think 40 runs. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. But we'll go to it and we can see how much it would cost us. That would be a lot. Let's try 20, see where we're at. And then probably run another 20 in a second because something crazy like that. Alright, so 708 stamina needed. Well, 708 stamina. It's terrible. We'll use 3 of these and see what we have left. We need 108 more stamina, so looks like 11 of these guys. And we can start those running in the background. They won't take very long. Could have done the quick clear, but I don't really feel the need to at the moment. We've got 10 quick clears a day to use that just sort of auto refresh. 20 is good. Yeah, 20 won't be enough, I don't think, to get as much as I need. But it'll be something. We'll move along in the right direction there. Okay, let's claim the mine stuff. We've got 2 insignia melee attack 3s, 2 insignia marksman 3s, 1 arena permit, 6 mithril, 1,750 gold, 10 stamina, 2,100 XP potions, and 2 insignia endurance 1 set. Can go look again at the arena. There we can refresh. See what we can find for opponents now. Well, we have this fellow here. His name is in Cyrillic with some numbers. We're gonna call him Bob. Bob8419 has a BP of 329,551, which is, it's only 50,000 more than we have. So hey, let's do it. Why not? So auto fight. Let's see first. Yes, his monster BP is the same as his BP, which implies that his entire team is approximately the same BP. It's in the same range as each other. See, he's got a hot suit there. See, I can recognize that one. There's that Lynx person too. Now, I don't know anything about Lynx, but I've seen it out there a number of times. But they chose instead to put, okay, that's Idril. It just doesn't look like Idril. It's purple Idril. So they have purple Idril out, who has limitless shots. We know all about her, but I'll go ahead and read it anyway. During the skill effect, each basic attack fires 3 consecutive shots to one enemy, each dealing 80% damage, lasting for 25 seconds. During the ultimate, the hero's attack range becomes unlimited, and the attacks no longer prioritize airborne units. And then we have this one, which is Lynx, who has the ultimate Frozen Rain, deals 600% damage to up to 8 enemies in range, increases the damage multiplier by 200% against enemies inflicted with Winter Spider Freeze. Meanwhile, creates a frozen domain within a radius of something. Pretty cool. I don't know. All I know about Lynx is what I've read from Arena so far. So that's, you know about as much as I do at this point. Alright, so the stats on that are that their Idril did a massive amount of damage comparatively to mine. It did over twice what mine did. And then next after that was Arrogance at 864,023, followed by my Idril at 438,098, and from there it drops down to Lynx and Hot Suit. Now I'm going to point out that Hot Suit was just put out. She was the last person deployed, and already did almost as much damage during that time as Lynx had done. So think about that for a second. Makes you reconsider. Alright, I don't know anything about Hot Suit except that I see her, and she does very good DPS consistently. No matter who throws her out there, she's just very good. So, we got 3 arena coins from that. Irivian says, don't forget you'll occasionally get the low-level heroes from experience raids. Right, well, okay, so, grays and greens, I think I got a blue one time from the experience raids. So more fodder, he says, yes, it's true. And Irivian says that Idril was fully promoted. I think mine is also fully promoted. My Idril is, no, not, because she's fully promoted up to the point at which she is. But she needs another 10 levels, and then she'll need to be promoted again as well. So she's just promoted up to level 50. I apologize. Yeah, right. And also their BP of their entire team was higher. The BP of the monsters was the same as what theirs was, and this makes a big difference because the BP of my team was much lower, making it much more difficult for my guys to do damage to the much higher BP monsters. So that's definitely something you run into with arena a lot because it scales to the defense of the defender, or the BP of the defender. So yeah, that also comes into play. All right, now let's see here. Do I want to go back out here? I do, yes, and find out what we got here. We've got 18,000 coins, 291,400 XP potions, a whole handful of green guys, and 5 gray guys. So, yes, excellent. And then we'll go over here to heroes, and this should get, and the first guy will be finished, and the second guy will be, I think I'll be able to star a second one up to be eaten as well. So, okay, first I've got to find the one that I've got partially done. I don't know how to do it except just scrolling through until I see him, which is tricky for me because, again, not very visual person. So I guess I could, hold on, what if I don't even think there's a way to filter it, really. If I knew what class he was, I could do it a little bit, but I really don't. I could sort by level, and I know that he is higher level than some of the rest, but there we go, found him. There he is, level 30. Okay, so right, of course he wouldn't be partially done. Probably I could have gone to quick start. Let's see, let's find out. Would be here. No, he isn't here because no, he's partly done. Maybe. Okay. Oh no, I went all the way out. I'm so bad at this. Alright, let's see. Try again. Make another valiant effort. Actually, it would be cool if there was a way to just like turn off different rarities instead of sorting by. I was checking to make sure that there wasn't, because that would be super cool, but no such luck. Alright, so we'll go back down this way again, and eventually I'll run into the guy that I have right there, that guy. Okay, so it's Langland is who it is. Alright, so we will upgrade him. Is that what I want to do? I think that's what I want to do. Upgrade him to max level. It's 85,000. Yes, I think so. And then click star up. And no. Yes. Can't do it. Gotta eat more people. Alright. Yeah, no way to do it through here to make it easier. Okay, so in order to eat somebody, I've got to go back here and start starring somebody else up. I'm gonna have to do this a few times. Yes, it's miserable. Miserable, I tell you. Okay. So we'll do quick star up, right? And then we'll go to the next one here. I'm gonna do it again. Then I'm out of people because I'll need to eat more people, so I have to go back and get more people. Hopefully I have some idea what I'm doing. Erivian says your experience rates end because you're full up on heroes. You can spend damage to increase your hero slots. What? I'm not full on heroes. I have 220 slots. I have 216 heroes. I just don't have people to Oh, you mean as far as yeah, okay, I know what you're saying. You're saying the run over there ended. Yeah. Right. Um I thought you were saying I couldn't. I'm like, no. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Now where was I with the guy? Oh no. Oh no. He's way down here. Or alphabetically. If we could sort them alphabetically, that would be super cool. Alright, so we have this guy who's max level at 40. Man, I don't even know where I'm at. I've got people at all areas now. Things is hard. Managed to misspell up. I think I have to upgrade him, right? Quick star, maybe? Can't do that, I don't think. Maybe him? Get him up to level 30? I think that's what I need to do. Alright, so yes. Get him up to 30. Chill Out says it's better to sell extra rich diamonds. Yes, absolutely. As far as the 3-star guys, I completely agree. Yeah, the blue guys. Yeah, that's but thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to hopefully get the green guys eaten if possible. I'm just struggling here. Alright, we've got this fella, I think, next, right? And then can we... Perhaps. How many do we need? I think we need 4 at this level, plus the one we want to start up in order to get a yellow guy. So we now have one that we can use to eat the other guys, plus this. Yes, that looks right. And then we'll have a 5-star that we can eat. Excellent. So, eventually got there. Alright, we have 140,000 left. That's not going to be enough to get another one to eat. But, let's see how many points we're at now. Because before we started all this eating people plans, we had 2,176. We clicked on the wrong thing again. Trophies. Where are we at now? Alright, we have 2,722. So we've gained what, like 550-ish, 545, somewhere in there. So we'll need another 278 points. That should be doable. Sure. Okay. Let's keep going with this for the moment. Alright. Maybe if I start there, I can just do like this. Let's go back. Oh no. Are you telling me what I think you're telling? Did I sell? Did I eat some people like a fool? Is that what I did? I did. Peruvian says so too. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. Okay. I'm not very visual, and I didn't notice. Okay. Green and blue are very similar to me. And so that's unfortunate. Okay. Well then, what if I just go ahead and go sell those guys so that I don't eat people? Eating people is bad. Alright. 3-star heroes. Man, thank you for letting me know, guys, because, gosh. Alright, that's a problem. Okay. Um. Man. All right. I like to save some of them, not to be eaten, but to potentially be fused. Um, if they're fusible. Ah, it's terrible. How many did I eat? Do we know? That way I can kick myself harder. That's so terrible. Alright, so dismiss these guys and uh get some diamonds from them so that hopefully I don't eat any more of them. Man, what a mess. Alright. And I still may because you know what? I can lock them, right? I think I can lock these guys. That might be a good idea. I assume the ones that I have left are the ones I want to lock. There's some way to do that, but this isn't it. Alright. Can't do it from the screen, I don't think. Okay, let's get out of there. And then they're sorted by rarity. Chill out says everyone has made this mistake at least once. Well, you know what? Who knows how many times I've made it. It was very kind of you to let me know because I probably would have continued to make it totally blind. It's rough. It's a rough thing that. Okay, now. If I find duplicates, I think I can lock them. How do I identify duplicates? I don't know. I have them sorted by rarity. Hopefully they'll be together. So this would be a duplicate. Is this a cheat? Is this green or blue? This is blue, right? All right. So we lock. And then we've got 2 more here. And this ought to keep them from showing up to be eaten if they're locked, right? I think. So we'll just go along locking away. You would think that, doing it one at a time. Oh no, there's more. Is this the same person? This is spring. This is also spring. Do I? Well, alright. We'll just log all of the springs. Why not? Okay, that one's already locked. That one's already locked. And that one's already, wow. So I have 4 of these guys already locked, at least. And then some. 5? I don't think that I need 6 of them locked. I think we can do without 500 of this fellow. There's so many of them. Why are they all locked? Did I do this? Probably. Who knows? Who knows? I feel like that's plenty. I need like a multi-select. Like if I could press Control and just select them all, the ones I want to in one go, and then just press the lock button once. That would please me so much. I think I'm almost out of these now. Looks like it's the last one, I think. Right? Looks like it. Alright, cool. Now, try this again. Okay. Alright, so for some reason, we have a Marine out here. Do I have an extra, or is this... Yes, I do. No, I don't. I don't have an extra. Okay, so we'll put her back. But the rest of these guys, I can dismiss and get coins from... Yes, let's do it. Or not coins, diamonds, sorry. Chill Out says, don't keep and don't level too many rares. It's a waste of resources. Yeah, I've just been kind of hanging on to the fusible ones and keeping 4 of them, just in case I decide to make some of those fusible heroes, and that way I have enough to do like the like all the awakenings. Say I want to, you know, level or awaken one of those up all the way, then is that the word? Yeah, that's the right word. Then I can make more of them with the fusing, and then blow them up for that. And I'm terrible as far as hoarding goes, like in games. I just I hang on to everything. It's terrible. Peruvian says somebody really likes Goguen. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know how I managed that, but definitely did it. Alright, we're gonna come find that wayward Maureen who somehow did not get locked like everyone else. There we go. Okay, now I feel a little safer about all this. If I blow some people up, it won't be as egregious of a crime. Now, alright, back to... I wonder how many times I ate people before I saw the message there. Man. Okay. To what I was doing before, which was eating my blue guys, apparently. Neutral, that's where I was. And then quick start up, and then go here, and try this again. Okay. So, let's go with this guy next, because we have plenty of him, I think. Quick star up this guy. And then, we can come here and do the same thing again. Without eating anybody that I want to keep. That's good. Makes me happy. And then we'll have to do that a few more times, methinks. So, quick start with this guy. No. Let's go to the next one. May as well use different people, right? Alright. Gogren was his name, huh? Who knew? Oh. Well. What has occurred? I don't know. Let's go back. And then... Oh, I wonder if I don't have any more of the blue... No, I do have blue things to eat. So what if I failed on that one? Where are my green guys? I don't know. It's a mystery. This is so hard. Okay. I don't know where my guys have disappeared to. Do I just need to make more of them? Maybe they're back here hanging out, all cozy like. And who's this guy? Jonas. got this guy here. This doing this is level 20. Okay. I wonder if that's the guy. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I've done. Did I eat one of them? Indeed. I've done things. Possibly. It's like they've disappeared. I surely did something wrong. Hope I didn't sell them or something. Surely not. Okay, let's go to Quick Start. Start there again. So we only have these 2 people here in 3-star to 4-star. Why would that be? No idea. Okay, we have 8 available. I don't have them locked. Hopefully. Well, whatever. We'll make some more. It's fine. Start these guys up. Yes, they're definitely not appearing over here. So where are they going? So they should be going up to level 20, right? I wonder who that guy was. Is it this guy? I think that's right. Is it Screeve, Langland, and Jonas Smith? In which case, what do I need to do here? Alright, so I could upgrade him. And then star him up this way? I don't know. Maybe. Do I need... Maybe I need to upgrade more people. Wow, no idea. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get the points more than anything. So, how's about I just continue on my merry way, doing exactly the same thing? It's fine. Let's dry them up. We'll use them at some point, one way or another, whether it works or not. Okay, so I just needed another one because it takes 3 guys, and I only had... Now that's interesting. Okay, well, whatever. I'm a little confused, but that's okay. We will... Okay, I think I see what's going on. Alright. So, we'll start this guy up. Make sure I'm not eating anybody good. Okay, good. Wonderful. Alright, we got that guy. Now, we still have to spend some more, I think. Let's see where we're at. Because this is dangerous work we're doing right now. So close. I have, like, hardly anything more to do here. I've got 2 more points today, and then I'll be good to go. So, I feel a little more comfortable with that. In fact, I feel so comfortable that I'm gonna come over here and finish this off. So, on the quick startup thing, we don't have anybody there, but we do here, so let's do this with him. And, that ought to do it. Okay, excellent. Now we can come over here and very happily claim this 15 5-star psychic power shards. Was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, maybe. It, it was something that needed to be done anyway. eating the blue guys was painful, but it's okay. It's probably not the first time, and also probably won't be the last. So, all right, let's go ahead and assemble a 5-star psychic power from this this stuff we have here, and then just out of curiosity, let's check and see exactly where we're at on this star up thing. So we do have 2 guys out of that. I mean, one of them's a token and one of them's a guy that we'll be able to use to start her up at some point. And, you know, one step closer to the goal, I suppose. Excellent. All right, now it is 1 in the morning. So I'm going to come and just run an auto battle here on this this faction trial. I don't know what the faction trial is today. I may have seen it earlier, but if so, I've forgotten. Oh, it's the Trial of the Infernal. I think I did see that. I think, in fact, did I do one of these stages earlier? Maybe. No, maybe not. I don't. Maybe. I think maybe I did. Maybe I did this one. I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm gonna just come back and auto fight this, and in fact, I'm gonna quit here because again, time is fleeting. So let's start this. We got 306 XP potions and 23 might insignias. And then we'll come back over here and also auto fight whatever this is. Looks like stage 9. Do the quick clear on that. Alright, we got 306 XP potions and 20 of these. I always want to click there, but I have to click the claim or whatever, and so we get 20 shelter insignia to use there. Excellent. Let's go to the Pantheon, and you know, this is blinking because I can make some bits and bobs possibly from it, probably, but not going to. Well, okay, so we could go over to the assemble and disassemble. Let's see, what would we need? We would need 8 of these shelter insignia 3s, but I don't have any way to get them from here, so nothing doing there. X out of this, and we have 300 out of 232 stamina at the moment. I've also got the root to look at. How about I go, he doesn't have anything I want right now, but we'll go over here and run some raids of some kind to use up that stamina, which obviously I want to do. I think that all things considered, I'm going to look this real quick. Okay, so Mystery of Artifacts, currently ranked in first place. Nobody's going to probably get there in the next 48 minutes. So I shan't worry about that. And instead, I've got that double XP potion running, so I may as well go throw back this into the raids that I intended to throw it into, which was the resource raids and then XP raid. Let's go ahead and quick clear. I have 8 of them left for the day that are freebies, so let's do that. Start that, and that will finish up the stamina that I have for the day. And so, let's see where we're at. Alright, so we got 12,000 gold, 194,300 XP potions. We got a Sorceress, so that's a blue guy replacing one that I ate. We got Hayden, Rumnose, Wargrak, Lancer, 2 Joshes, and 3 Gales onto that situation. Oh, this is coming in duplicates and triplicates. Alright, so we got all that. We're down to 12 stamina. Let's go ahead and use 10 of that to auto fight one of these. It won't cost me any auto battles to do that because it's only 1 fight. So it'll run in the background and it knocks me down to 2 out of 232. And since I'm going to be getting off it may as well do that so that it can recharge overnight. Alright, so we got that running. Faction trials are done. So go ahead and claim this. Got 500 gold and 3,117 XP potions for that. Alright. Then I want to go over to Beirut because I've got 3 free refreshes. And then some paid ones I can do and try to get some diamonds. Or no, that's not the word. Some crystals, summoning crystals, with a decreased amount of diamonds, a discounted price, basically. Alright, so let's do a free refresh, see if he has anything I'm interested in. Pretty low on gold, so I'm gonna actually... Well, no, I will get these auto-fire attacks. I have a lot of them, but yeah, go ahead and grab them. We'll refresh again, and none of that is of note. So, next. No, don't see anything there. Okay, we're using 500 to refresh at this point. Nothing that I am interested there. Okay, we're up to using 1,000 to refresh. And I don't see anything I want there. Or there. Nope. 18,700 for those auto attack chances. Sure, why not? We'll do it. Refresh again for another 1,000. I have to be careful with this because, again, it's one of those things of noticing whether it says 1,000 or whether it says, diamonds. I don't want to spend diamonds. Like this next one right here says 5 diamonds to refresh. Well, I don't want to do that. So. And the other thing is, I can very easily overlook a summoning crystal if I'm not careful because it's the same color, right? So, so whenever things are like this, where there's these auto-fight attacks, are basically to me the same color as the diamonds are, and also like this rapidity amulet down there is, to me, it's all the same. And it's very difficult for me to notice the summoning crystals a lot of times. But I don't think that I skipped any, and so between doing that and then looking at the refresh button to make sure that I'm not spending diamonds, it's a chore. All right, did I get anything from here? I think I got my not from here, from here. Yes, I did get the huge stamina potion. All is well. All is well. Okay, well then, in that case, I think I'm going to have to call it a night, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow. It was a pleasure streaming with you and chatting with you. Thank you for pointing out my demolishing of my poor old rare guys for just nothing. What a shame, what a shame. But if not for your intervention, things would have been much, much worse. So thank you very much for that. If you guys aren't following me yet, be sure to toss me a follow and turn on notifications so that you can see next time that I go live. I need you to help me play this game. My goodness. But for now, I better get to bed. So hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.